Did you get that electronically or in the paper? Hard copy?
It was in the packet, wasn't it?
What, this?
It's so funny, she can't. I saw today she cannot call me Khalil or Carl. She still.
No, I
Mackenzie,
went
you're
on,
an
did
adult,
some
stop.
homework.
She's like, I can't.
Okay, I thought that it was in the,
I don't.
You know what this is?
it's the building code. International.
Oh.
Okay, well, when I looked in my code book, I just found it.
Oh, right,
So
because
this
it's
is
part
why I
of
went
the.
to.
But it was deleted from the code.
But no, it isn't in anything I have.
Right, they're colleagues.
Unless I just,
Okay, let me look.
Yeah, it's just, he's can't.
but I mean, I got a better education by going.
I totally understand, but it's like,
Yeah, we'll see.
So that gentleman back in the left?
my oldest daughter, Grayson, her.
At some point we have to talk, right?
They're, that's what I told Grayson. She goes, remember, God, I call you Khalil. No, you're not. No, my dad. We call you dad. Yeah. And you.
We're gonna, Khalil, we're gonna make math optional.
I am proud of you.
Okay, so it looks to me like
can
it
take the math
is 5:59, we've got a minute yet.
It is one.
I should probably put this down before I should.
Is this on?
Henry, do you know the LHS gas, is that the one we use? And what's the password, do you know?
I think it's the same. Kayla, can you get him the password off of that cheat sheet?
Any new
Oh, there's
update on
cheat
Johnny?
I can't
What,
remember.
any stupid thing he's done this week?
Here comes the reveal.
I go for towel.
Yeah, don't trip on all our cords here.
Interesting.
Oops, we need to.
That's all right, what does that say, Cliff? Yeah,
Ordinance, But not the, okay.
Right.
You know, so,
yeah.
it's
Andrew
okay, I
wants it.
just needed to find out for myself anyways.
Uh-huh.
So he's quiet, that's usually good.
Okay, that was easy.
Right. But then that's,
Okay, so it is 6 o'clock. You guys all ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Check out.
Good evening. It is 6 o'clock on Monday, August the 23rd, and we are here for a public hearings this evening, and it looks as though we have 5 people. Is that correct, Kayla? On the internet, or on the Zoom call? So we're gathered here at the Rollins Center in the community room, and we are unmasked, as you may notice, most of us. It's optional at the table, but we're all vaccinated, and we are here so that you can hear us more clearly. That's why we've taken our masks off. So, also, just of note, as we get started here, the construction on the new restroom facility behind this building, attached to this building, has begun. You can still access the building through the rear entrance as we have in the past. However, it might be easier and safer if you came through the entrance to the museum. I think, other than that, I think that's the only housekeeping notes I have tonight. So the order of the evening is a public hearing and discussion and possible action on an ordinance to amend Article 16, modifications of residential code, Chapter 70, building code of the municipal code of the city of Lewes, Delaware, by eliminating in its entirety Section 70-53, amendment to Section R-3 113. This section excludes the requirement that new residents include fire suppression systems. This is a discussion that came up initially when we were talking about Lewes Waterfront Preserve, and we did add a requirement to that approval process that those new homes that will be built there on New Road will have fire suppression systems, and that led to an ongoing discussion about the possibility of extending this requirement to all new residences that might be constructed within the city limits. So we are here tonight to take public comment. I would note before we get started that we did receive one piece of correspondence this afternoon from BRAD, the Builders and Remodelers Association of Delaware, opposing our consideration of this or taking action on this possible change to the code. So with that, we are open for discussion. In the room, we have Austin Calaman, Charlie O'Donnell from representing the Board of Public Works and GMB, and we have one person representing the fire suppression system. So we would welcome public comments either in the chat or from you if you'd like to speak, or Charlie if you have comments that you would like to make, or Austin I think we need to hear from you about how this would possibly impact the water infrastructure of the city. So who would like to start? Please, come forward, sir. Just state your name if you would, please. Should be on. And you can take your mask off if you wish. But it's easier to hear it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening. My name is Paul Eichler. My last name, for the record, is spelled E-I-C-H-L-E-R. I am representing the Delaware Fire Sprinkler Coalition this evening. In my representation of this organization, I'm here to lend my full support to the proposed change that the city of Lewes is looking to take on. This is an aspect of building construction that has been a lively conversation in your code, has actually existed in the International Residential Code since 2009. It was slowly eased into regulation to accommodate changes with communities updating their building codes and getting used to the necessity of incorporating residential fire sprinklers into construction practices. That slow movement of that inclusion initially applied to townhomes, and then by 2011 applied to single-family detached homes as well. The International Residential Code, as run by the International Code Council, has placed the residential code through 4 updates since that initial inclusion in 2009, of which with every update, the requirement for residential fire sprinklers has been included. It has not been excluded by the voting body. So it exists already. It is a proven practice for saving lives and saving property. The state of Maryland and the state of California require residential fire sprinklers regardless of the jurisdiction where construction is taking place, as does the District of Columbia. For the state of Delaware, as you're well aware, the city of Newark requires it, and actually the